Okay. Hi everybody. I'm just doing Ariana's trach care. She just got her hair washed, so now is the perfect time to do her trach care because her trach ties might be wet. So you always like to do them after a bath or anything like hair washing, or if they're dirty because she's drooled a lot. One of the first things that we need to do is we need to suction her, since we're going to be without trach ties for a moment, so it's to help prevent any kind of emergency coming up. So I'm just turning on her suction machine. Oh, awful, I know. And just giving her a couple of passes. That's the alarm on her vent. It goes off every time you suction or in the event of an emergency. I got a little bit out of there. Okay, now normally trach ties are done with 2 people, but sometimes you have to do it by yourself. We get pretty lucky in the fact that she doesn't move much, so we're able to do it just one person. And just a little bit of a seizure there. It's not too bad. Okay, so what I have over here is my trach cleaning kit. It's got gloves for me. It's got little Q-tips to clean around the area. I have some sterile water over here. I have her trach ties, which I already cut to the right size. I also have these are IV drain sponges. They're split gauze that go underneath the plastic part of her trach, so that it kind of keeps it from rubbing and getting irritated. I also have some like a dry cloth and a wet one so I can clean around her trach ties. Now, one of the first things I want to do is elevate her neck up, like her chin up, so I can see the site clearly. Okay. Now I'm going to grab some hand sanitizer. Put on my gloves. Now, I'm going to take out the split gauze, and what I'm looking for is any kind of like gunkiness that might be unusual. This isn't that bad. If it was like super green or very, a lot of secretions, then we would do mupirocin, which is like an antifungal, antibacterial medicine that just kind of helps clear up any sort of anything that she might have there. Now, normally when you're doing trach ties, you would have one person hold this trach and then the other person do everything else. But with her not moving as much and her cuff is inflated, I don't really have to worry about that much. Although stuff has happened, but you just come with it or go with the flow. See if I can get these off. Sometimes I can't get them off, and so I cut them. Okay. And now's the time you just want to kind of like look at her neck, make sure everything looks good, and it just gives her neck some time to breathe. You will notice like some red irritation. That's not unusual. What I'm looking for is like cuts or blisters or anything that would show that it's been, you know, super irritated, in which case we'd put some ointment on it and put some gauze to make sure that it's okay. Okay, now that I have both of those off, I can take a look at her trach site, make sure everything looks good. Okay. Then I'm just going to take some Q-tips and some sterile water and just clean around it. Okay. And she does fight me on occasion. I do see that there's like a small little blister right next to her trach site, so when I put on the trach pants, I'm going to put some protective ointment on it just to help with the irritation. Okay, so now I'm going to clean around her neck. Now this is just water and a little bit of soap to kind of clean the area. And she doesn't always let me. Sometimes she'll clamp down on her neck and it makes it rather difficult, and then that's definitely when you need a second pair of hands to help bring her shoulder down so that you can do what you need to. And then I just rinse off the area and I dry it. You want to make sure that you dry it really well so that there's no moisture that might be creating like bacterial growth, since it's a nice warm, moist environment. Okay. Now, the way I like to do this is I like to put the trach ties on but not connect them and then put my split gauze on, just because it's easier to get your split gauze underneath. Then comes the real task of making sure that the trach ties aren't too loose and they're not too tight. Okay, there's that part. I just do a nice, light, even layer right around where her trach site would be. Go. There, and that just kind of provides like a nice barrier where that plastic is. Now comes the fun task of trying to make sure that they are connected. Now, when I first started doing this, it was so nerve-wracking because you're not supposed to put stuff around your kid's neck, but in this incidents, you're supposed to, so. And of course she doesn't always behave through them, and definitely had some moments with her. Alright. Now I have them connected in the back. What I'm checking for is about 2 fingers width in between, that I can get my 2 fingers in between her trach ties. Now right now I can get about 4, which means it's way too loose. And way too loose on that side. So then we try again, and sometimes this process takes a very, very long time. Other side, and we'll try this again. Too tight and it cuts off circulation. Too loose and it presses up against her jaw, and it basically does the same thing. Also, she could potentially pull her trach out, which she's also done that. And now that her hair is growing super long, now her hair gets in the way too. No, see, still too loose. So we try again. Alright. That's got 2 fingers. And that's got 3, but it should be good. She'll let us know in a few minutes. And that's how you do Ari's trach care. Thanks for watching.